Hey, hey, South Sudanese people, my friends all over the world. So I am currently at Lowe's parking lot. I came to purchase some few things, um, but I have some in my mind that I want to talk about. And if you know me, I don't delay emotions, especially if something is so important. I want to capture it as I'm feeling it. Okay, so there is a book review. As many of you know, I had released a book back in April 2021, and today is November 27, right after Thanksgiving 2021. The hard copy of the book has just been released, and 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 since it's been released, I've been getting reviews and people telling me what they learned from the book and how it made them feel. It's a very personal book. It's a memoir about my life, as you know. Um, I woke up tonight and I saw a book review that was posted on my timeline by a newer man with the name of Isaac Thok Moses. Um, he posted, and I woke up at 3 o'clock to go use the bathroom, and I was not able to go back to sleep because of the raw emotions that it has brought back to me. And knowing that this review was coming from a Noor man, and not only that is a Noor man, but also a man with daughters, and the way that he put it, I was very, very shocked. And I've been thinking since then. Right now it's 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've been up since 3 in the morning because I just couldn't stop thinking about what he wrote about this book. I Am My Mother's Wildest Dream. If you haven't seen his review, I want you to pause this video right now. Just click stop, go to my timeline, and read his reviews. It's about maybe 2 minutes read. Just read it, and then come back and finish this video, because I want to share how what he said made me feel, and I want to share all that feeling and my emotions with you all. So did you pause it yet? Hit stop. Okay, go. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. And as you read the review, you know that is coming from a very, very positive, loving, and just encouraging space from him. And I truly appreciate that, because when I wrote this book, let me tell you guys, when I wrote this book, I didn't know. I didn't have a plan that it would be what it is today. But since it's been released, and since I received those feedback, I know exactly where this book is going. Let me tell y'all, for months now, I've seen it. I've seen exactly where it's going to be in 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I have already react to the emotions that it's going to bring when those times come. I've seen it already on Oprah Winfrey's show. I've seen it on her book club already. It's going places. It's going places. And I'm a believer. When I see something in my mind and in my vision, it's always come to pass. This book is going to set South Sudan on blaze, on fire, because not only that, it was an honest truth, but it's probably one of the first book that a South Sudanese woman, a young woman, really talked about her own experience being a South Sudanese woman. Me being a Nuer woman is probably the first time somebody wrote that down. And it's an equal emotions, it's an equal treatment, it's an equal feeling. We all feel the same way. Okay? This book is portrait on my mother and me, because we have something in common. We are both Southern Sudanese woman. Okay, who she was in the village, in the refugees camps, the things that she went through as a Southern Sudanese woman, I'm feeling them now. Okay, I'm feeling them. And this is for every South Sudanese woman out there, and probably for almost a lot of women in this whole world. We have similar experiences as women. We have similar experiences. And for me to share those experiences, very, very raw, very honest, and very true to my own experience, to share them with the whole world, I can tell you, give this book some time. Give it time. As you give it time, you will come back to this video and you will know Nya York saw it. She saw it years ago, how this book is going to change our whole society. It will. It will change it, our society, by having more people come up and write their own stories. And as we read each person's stories, we're going to come up with ways to protect those individuals, to protect our future generations. We're going to come up with laws that protect them, so our kids and our grandkids don't have the same experience that as their mothers or their grandmothers. And as a man like Isaac, to write that review and post it on my timeline and not worry about how other men will perceive him or think of him, is a game changer. It is a game changer. I appreciate you, Isaac. I appreciate everybody that sent me their reviews and their honest truth, especially coming from a man with daughters and a wife. And I tell you, anytime somebody mentioned about the struggles that my mother went through in the refugees camp raising us, I'm always in tears. And it's not because I haven't processed that trauma, but it's because I remember it exactly, what she went through, what a lot of our mothers go through to bring us up into this world. The reason that book is called I Am My Mother's Wildest Dream is because we are all our mother's wildest dream. Okay? We are all their dreams come true. The fact that we are alive today is because of our mothers. Okay? The fact that we have come to be, and a mother has a choice to abort us, to abort you, but your mom chose to give you life, to give you birth. And even if you were raised in a family or a society where things were readily available, unlike my life story, your mother still struggles somehow to bring you to adulthood. Okay, she struggled to maybe work or just being home and making sure that you don't burn yourself with water, hot water or stove. Your mother, our mothers went through a lot to bring us up into this society. And to be an individual and an adult, to remember that your mom chose you and chose life and chose to give you life and to bring you up into a world where you can contribute back positively. You are her dream come true. You are her dream come true. And every mother pray and hope and believe that their child one day will be way more than they ever be, accomplish way more than they will ever be accomplished, will be more happier than they will ever be. That's every parent dream. And that's why this book is called I Am My Mother's Wildest Dream. When you read it, you will know what my mother went through and how I am able to make her dream come true. Okay? Because I know her dream for me was to contribute to the society successfully, and to love her and support her and do my part in this world. Okay, so Isaac, thank you for your review. You just reconfirm my vision for this book, that it's already happening. It's already happening, and this book was just released. I tell myself that don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what people will say about what they learn about you, Nya York, in this book, and what they think of you before this book. Anybody that read the book and knew me prior to the book, they now have more access to my life and know way more than they ever knew before. But that's not something I'm afraid of. It's not something I'm worried about. Okay, I don't worry about that. If you feel like you knew me in a very intimate level after you read my book and you use that against me, you will know that your thoughts of me is very unfounded. Okay, it's not a problem to me. I don't worry about that. I see this book as it's a wave coming. Okay, let me tell you, it's a wave. I mean, it's not a wave, it's a tornado coming. And let's just wait until it gets in the hands of the ones that God wants it to be in their hands, the ones that will make a definite change. And hopefully that change will start in their own families, in their own lives, with their own daughters and their own nieces and their own wives. If you have read this book and you had already implemented those changes in your own household, then thank you. That's what this is about. That's what this book is about. It's my life story. It's very controversial because it just is. It just is. I'm a new girl who decided to open her life up to the whole society. And that's huge. I'm young. I'm still young. And the fact that my life story is out there, it's already a huge thing for me. But the impact of it is what I'm focusing on. I watched a movie yesterday, King Richard. It's called King Richard. And if you haven't seen that movie, it's a great movie. It's about Vanessa and Serena Williams. And the movie focused on their father. And two of the quotes that I remember on that book is the power of your own vision, of your own plan. There's a quote on there. It was from King Richard, talking to his daughters. And he said, I have a 78-page plan before these kids were even born about how they were going to raise them and how they were going to be successful. And nobody ever nobody is ever gonna what is the word, but basically he said I had plan already written before these kids were even born. 78 pages wrote on his daughters and how they were gonna raise them, him and his wife. Okay, and that became true. The second quote was they were looking for a coach. He was looking for a coach for his daughters. The coach asked, I want to say it's Coach Mackey, I think. He asked Vanessa, I believe it was Vanessa. He asked Vanessa, he said, what do you want to achieve? Why do you want to play tennis? And Vanessa said, I want to win the Wembley championship. And I want to win it as many times as anybody alive ever wanted. And then he turned around and went to Serena. And he said, Serena, what do you want to get out of this? Why do you want to play? No, he asked Serena. He said, Serena, who do you want to play like? Who's your hero? Who do you want to be like? And Serena answer was like mind-blowing. She said, well, I want everybody to want to play like me. That's just make me cry, because these at a very young age, they had a vision of what they want. Their dad saw it already. He had already planned it out, and he knew that who they were going to be. They were going to change the world. They were going to change the world of tennis. He knew. That's how I feel about this book. I know whose hands it's going to be in, who's going to be reading it, and who's going to be able to make some changes in this world because they read that book. And I've seen it. I have already reacted to it. I know I had the conversation in my head already with these people, and it's amazing. So I just want to say Thank you for all the reviews that I'm getting, all the positive feedback. And if you are one of those people that's on the fence about reading this book, be open-minded. Be open-minded, read it. If you have negative things about it, it's also okay. I understand. I'm not a young person who believe that everybody's gonna love it or everybody gonna have something positive to say about it. I know there's always people that go against it. It's not about, it's not part of their belief system. I know that. And it's also a good thing. Okay, it's a good thing to have controversial conversation about a topic. This is a very controversial topic, and I welcome all of your feedback. So don't be afraid to send me your thoughts of what you read when you read I Am My Mother's Wildest Dream. This is what I wrote it for. I wrote it for all of us to read, and I wrote it so that one day we will be able to reflect. We will be able to reflect on what it is like to be a Nuer woman, what it's like to be a Southern Sudanese woman, what it's like for us to be where we are. Okay, so that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.